Oh, snap. You know something? People often come to you for favors or wanting something from you, but it's very rare that that person might return the favor. Let me tell you some shit about knowing when to say no. Quite oftentimes, most folks don't know when they're overstepping their boundaries. They may come to you asking for a favor, not realizing you don't want to do it, but something in you is preventing you from saying no.
Yes, 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 no, 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 fuck, shit.
Believe it or not, a lot of folks just want you for your time. Some folks don't even want anything from you. They may only want a listening ear. They may only want your company. Sometimes they just want to waste your time. Time is probably more precious and more valuable than money. But once it's gone, you can't get that time back. It's very vital that you understand that you have to create boundaries for yourself. Some people don't even know what boundaries are.
Excuse me. No, excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, Leo. Let me tell you something. Get Dr. Newsom.
You have to give yourself enough time and energy to know how to take yourself out of an equation before it costs you your sanity. I can't name how many times someone has pretty much contacted me for my time, my energy, or even my money, and later on down the line, after I would get them what they asking for, I realized that I wasn't satisfied with what I was doing for other people, because that same stuff that I was doing for other people, I could have been doing for myself.
What more do you want from me?
But in that moment that you're doing for somebody else, you don't realize until after the fact, most of the time, that you're only costing yourself your own happiness. You're only making yourself less reliable for yourself. In other words, you can't depend on you. And what Cat Williams said?
And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
If you woke up every day with the intentions of telling everyone yes, instead of being assertive or being honest with not only them but yourself, you're only programming yourself to constantly seek approval from these people on a regular basis. And by you doing that, you're only hindering yourself from being great. You're only holding yourself back, because now you're living your life seeking approval from others rather than doing something you want to do because you want to do it regardless of how somebody else feels. That sounds like a recipe for misery. Prime example, because I've done it. Somebody that's just generally has too much on their plate will still accept another project to take on. In the past, I used to always just take on any project. It didn't matter what it was. It didn't even matter whether or not it aligned with my niche. I would just take on more projects because, one, I needed the money. Two, I wanted to grow as a videographer and a photographer. And three, I just wanted more clients. But sometimes taking on so many clients doesn't necessarily equate to more revenue. And it definitely doesn't always equate to more exposure. Because some people will accept your services and won't tell a soul about them.
I don't understand why you hate on me, nigga. We don't understand. Show love, nigga.
And that falls back on you. Falls back on your services, falls back on the type of person you are, the type of worker that you are. And whether or not that client even had a good experience with you. Essentially, you just took on a project that probably won't benefit you only because you didn't know how to tell them no. Create them boundaries, because otherwise, if you don't, you're just gonna program that fear into your head that if I tell this person no, I'm gonna miss out on the opportunity. You have to break out of that mentality, because if not, you're gonna miss out on multiple opportunities because you're setting yourself up to crash out. In other words, taking on too much of a workload can be stressful, and it can be detrimental to both the mental and your physical form. You might not be eating every day or when you should be. Overall, your health will start depleting because you're not creating that boundary for yourself. You're not telling these folks no. It's okay to say no sometimes. Sometimes people need to hear you say no. All in all, like I said earlier, you have to know how to create those boundaries for yourself. Because if you don't create those boundaries, people will take advantage of you. If you're not assertive and brutally honest, with not only the people you come in contact with, but with yourself. You're gonna find yourself upset every time somebody asks you to do something for them, or even every time somebody asks you for a favor or your time. Get that fear out of your head or out of your heart that if you tell this person no, that they're not gonna wanna deal with you no more. They're not gonna wanna, ask you for your services or let alone a favor. Get that mentality out of your head, because that's not always the case. Some people are okay, hell, a lot of people are okay with you just telling them your honest opinion, or just being honest with them and just saying no. And don't be hesitant, or don't be afraid of a door closing in your face, because as soon as that door closes, another one might open. As soon as that opportunity leaves, another one might present itself. You just gotta stay consistent and believe in yourself, and just know that things will get better. But that's all the time I got for y'all, man. It's your boy Splack the Shooter. Shout out to my boy LJ, #1 quarterback in the NFL right now. And my boy Tyreek Hill, #1 wide receiver. Go Dolphins. But yeah, man, that's all the time I got for y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit a like, comment, subscribe. Just follow me, man. It's your boy Splack the Shooter. Peace.